Welcome back to another episode, or should I say a return of Invercargill Weekly. So this morning, harvest is almost finished. This is our seed field, just two seed fields to finish, so this one here to finish, and there's one up the road about, I think it's 6.5 acres. So unfortunately I've had to wait to get my dryer emptied so I can get this on. Obviously I can't mix seed and well, the rest of our barley is actually just feed barley, so I can't mix it, so I've had to sweep everything out. I've got four carts here actually. I've got one already tipped inside, which we thought was slightly wetter, so I'm going to try and sprinkle it along with just all the loads so it dries quicker. I actually think this should be quite dry, but I'm away to get this loads on the dryer. So this is me back in the steading. This is a tray dryer. As I said, I have just swept it out. Probably going to put about 25-30 tonne on by the time that 5 carts are tipped. As I say, I did speak to you about this load here. Tipped it last night just to get it, because it was starting to heat a little bit. The end rigs in behind the trees and that I think were a little bit wet, so I want to spread it out through the load so it dries pretty quickly. As I said, the seed barley, it gets sold in normally the end of the first quarter in next year, so it's got to be held, but if it's not dry they'll just reject it. So although some of that barley in the carts is quite dry, I want to put it on and just get a good few hours in the dry to make sure it's dry so there's no rejections at the other end, because the last thing I want to do is store it all winter and then end up not being able to get it away. So the seed barley is worth a little bit more as well. It's normally in between malting and feed barley price, although the price isn't really that great this year. But I'll go and get the first load emptied and then I'll go and get the next cart. That is the first load tip. So normally if we work along this line, that's roughly, depending on the bushel weight of the barley, obviously along there is normally about 20 tonnes. So I'm not exactly sure. Some of these carts I've never really used before, I'm not sure how much is in them, but we're looking to be well above the line. So I'm going to go and sprinkle some of that stuff next door on top of that, which we think slightly wetter, and we'll go and get the next load. Oh, I didn't even notice that. When Andrew did the fence, that's the first day they're in that field. Didn't even notice that gate was left open. That's lucky that they're not through to the barley field. Trailer 2. That is load 2 tipped. Just I'll wait to actually grade it just now and just level it down, because it's a lot easier doing it when there's nothing in front of you, and if you get it wrong. Sorry, I should say that my tripod, I can't find my tripod, so I'm holding my camera in my hand, so I do apologise if my finger does occasionally go into the front of the camera. As I said to you before, drip feeding this right along the dryer because we think it's slightly wetter, just to get a quicker dry. So that's disappearing. A couple of buckets on top of each load, but I'll just go and get this level just now. Hopefully I get it right and I get all these carts on. Worst case scenario is I'm a little bit short, but if anything I'm going to struggle to get it on, so the trailers in the field are actually bigger than the ones I've put on. So unfortunately it's just a shovel and me that has to level this, so you can see what it's like in the top here. It's just peaked a little bit, so what I'm looking for is not perfect, but is relatively smooth finish that dries evenly right across. So that is a little bit flatter now. I'll go and get cart 3. I think I'm maybe a little bit low, to be honest, but we'll soon find out. That was the biggest trailer yet. I just wanted to get it tipped so I didn't take the roof on the way out, because the further forward you get, the lower the roof gets. I shoved it up a little bit there because I think it's going to be too deep. I think that's going to be landing not too bad now. This will come forward a little bit, but I've just got to go and get some of that stuff next door onto it now. I might just put it all on now so it's above the tray dryer, because if you're further out, it doesn't dry the same. But I am expecting it to be all pretty dry anyway. I haven't tested it yet, but I want to be comfortable with seed barley anyway, not being on the dryer at least a few hours anyway, even if it is pretty dry. Get a cool down in that. Possibly underestimated how big that red trailer was. I'm going to have a lot of shoveling to do here, unfortunately. Got to shovel that all back a little bit, an extra 2 or 3 inches at the back there. I think the good thing about the higher it is in the dryer, the further forward you can come, so I might be okay. I think what I might do is go and tim the last trailer, see where I'm at, and then I can tidy it up from there. That's all the barley on the dryer now. I've actually got less in the front than I was actually expecting. That trailer's now got a hydraulic back door, so it's dragged it out a little bit, which is fine. It just means that the peak is in the middle, which is good for shoveling either way, but a bit of shoveling to do, I think. That is a dryer. 20 minutes of hardcore shoveling. The dryer it's a little bit peaked in the middle, to be honest with you, but I'm going with it because I think it is quite dry. Go and get the dryer on now, and then hopefully get to the combine. Sky isn't very good, but we're up against it now because I believe it's meant to rain Monday, Tuesday. Today's Saturday. So I've got probably about 10 acres to combine, and I want it all baled as well. Everything else is baled, so want everything done by Sunday before the weather breaks, because the first 2 or 3 days of next week is supposed to be horrendous. So right, I'll go and get a dryer on now. Go let it build up. So that is just blowing hot air up through the barley now, and that's what dries the barley basically. And then after, once it's dry, you switch your burner off, which is where the flames are coming from, and let the fan come up through and just cool it all back down again. Once it's below 15, I think it is, it'll be good to go, and we store it up the road away from all other stuff, just to keep a separation, because don't want to mix it in with our feed barley next. People are buying this as seed and they're planting it themselves. So this variety is called Florence. So I think I'm going to go and get to the combine. I might go and get something to eat quickly and then get that field finished and try and get moved. I'm a little bit low on staff today. It's just myself, because Andrew's away carting some of his own straw from my farm just down the road, so he might be here in the afternoon to help me, so we'll see what we get on. If I can get out that field, get the cutter bar off onto the trolley and get into their field, it won't take long. Cut 6.5 acres if the weather stays with me a bit. Just feels like it's not clearing at all today, but I think it's going to be the best it can get, so see what we can do. That is all our feed barley in there. I think we'll be selling some of it this year, but there must be, what, 150 tonnes or something in there, so I'll go and get his cart off and then get started combine. Refueled and ready to go. It's combining time! Right, sky is actually quite nice now, but no breeze. Nice lip switch. No breeze, no much sunshine, but it's probably about as good as it's going to get. That is me finally combining. The sun has came out, so it's actually looking quite nice now, so hopefully we get a good dry. So I don't know, I've never actually done it. It's not often I drive the combine. It's not like my dad, but now my dad's not so well, it's normally me, it's going to be me or my cousin, so My cousin John's actually done most of the combine this year, but there's not really much to it. It's self-leveling, so you just press the button, it drops to the level, and it just levels itself. Really, you just need to check it doesn't choke. So pretty much just steering, really, turning the ends. So it's a lot better than the combine we used to have a few years ago. But yeah, I've actually got the drone on me, so I'll get a drone up and get some drone shots, hopefully. But no, I'm quite pleased with the afternoon. Actually, the sun seems coming out now, so it should be getting drier. You can maybe see over there, maybe can't really see in the camera, but there's a field just over there. It's about 6.5 acres yet to do. You can see all the other ones are baled. Bar that big one, there's about 10 swaths left to do, because we unfortunately had a burst pipe on the baler just before Andrew finished that field. So the plan is, if it's like this tomorrow, hopefully we can get it good baled and good quality, so all the barley and the straw will be really good quality this year. I really don't want to let it go till well, I really don't want to let it go beyond Sunday, because as I said to you earlier on, it's to be really wet Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So hopefully we get everything done tomorrow, and that's harvest finished with. Just actually noticed there is one light for the fuel. So obviously I've never ran this drive before, or nobody else has to my knowledge, so there's always going to be a first. But hopefully I get finished this field, get the cutter bar off and get some fuel in it. So actually this is, once I've finished these two fields, all I need to do here is just lift at the end here. So I just lift the cutter bar up. And hydrostatic as well, so I can just push this forward, go faster, push it back to go back. Really easy. But anyway, yeah, fuel's lower than expected, but it's kind of my fault we're not finished already, because ran out of fuel, so I couldn't get stuff onto the burner. It's really hard to film, and you're getting my face there. That was me, just had the drone up, but unfortunately this gimbal said it was stuck. I don't know if you can see that, that moves. Whenever I move the drone either way or that, it stays stationary. So when I was taking the images, it was like to a slant, so not very happy with the drone shots, but my tank's full. Right, auger out. Gotta go back a little bit. Just standing here to get it to go. Tank's full because stupidly never emptied it completely out. Last night to fill the dryer, I just filled a cart yesterday, and most of the grain tank in the combine was emptied, and I thought surely I'll get one round, but this is a tremendous crop, way better than any other crop we had. This must be over 3 tonne an acre, I think, which is really good for us, to be honest with you. But it seems to be a really good crop. You can see when you're combining it, it's so thick, and the fact that I can't even get around in this field, just most our 12 acre fields you can get around outside with before you can fill the trailer, but we can only get about halfway around this field, so pretty mental. But shouldn't complain, because this is the most valuable stuff we have. Normally seed prices between feed barley price and malting price, so I think malting's about 200 just now a tonne, and feed barley is about 160, so I think that'll be about 180 as base price, and then you get storage and stuff like that on top of it. So probably about £200 a tonne this year, which is not ideal, but it's better than 160 per feed. So, but there's a lot of hassle involved because you have to dress it and stuff like that, so we'll see how we do. To cart it up to another place as well, just up by my house as well, which isn't exactly ideal, but it's the most valuable stuff we have, so we want to get it as good quality as possible. I'm going to try and get this in a water down the next side. I think I should. I'm trying to keep it tight, but with me not being quite as straight, it's a little bit wishy-washy, but I'm hoping I get that on the other side and I don't have to split it. I think I should get it, but often it ends up not being right, and you end up having to split it a little bit by half because you're missing a foot or two to get the whole lot at once. So I'm hoping to get the whole thing. Starting to dull down a little bit again, but my cousin's coming across to help me move the combine, so we'll get into that field. You can see maybe better from here. That field just across there. No bother at all. Plenty of room, see what I mean? Either side, plenty of room, catching it all, so you get it all the way down the field, no bother. Good to go. Reset this to 0 because I'm going to put, hopefully, I'm going to put 100 litres in. This is difficult with a camera in your hand, I can tell you. Made to measure. That's us going. 6.5 acres to combine for harvest 2024, and then we'll be done. Fingers crossed we get it done in day, because it's fairly brightened up again. So fingers crossed. What time are we alive? Hello. That's on our way home for his supper. Cute. Loves the combine. Quite nice having him in there. Doesn't have the attention span to sit all day like, but it's nice to have him in there. Right, that's me been round 4 times now. Normally go round the outside 4 times, gives us plenty of room to turn at the ends and that, so should be finished in about an hour's time, if a little less. And then half debating if I won't get the baler and start baling maybe, but obviously got the cows to milk, and the dew might be down soon anyway. By the time I get the baler hitched on that, dew might be down anyway. Bosh. Done. Milking time.